Right, hello again, YouTube. Welcome back to some more From the Depths. So, last time we discovered there's yet another Raven's Nest. There was 5 of these things, apparently. Yeah, which I didn't expect. So, we've got to destroy another one. But I think this is the last one, and I have a bit of an idea for how to make this a little easier on ourselves, hopefully. So check that repair awesomeness a little more resources. So we've got a fair few commodities, but we're starting to drain through our resources. We might need to actually put some effort into actually shipping them around the things quite soon. Let the refinery be built. At least this way we'll have a bit of a forward base. We're starting to capture their territory as well, but I suppose I should say we're starting to capture more of their territory. Oh, shoot. You're going to be in the way, unless if you stay there. Move yourself. Just because you're going to be in the way of the refinery's AI trying to move it towards the gathering spot. Good.
Receiving.
So I'm thinking what we'll do, they're about here-ish, they're not far off. We'll capture a bit of territory
Listening.
to make sure we are actually right in on them. I think the transport, yeah, the transport is full of materials. We'll move the transport over to the refinery, unload the materials into it, and then we'll use that to build some new airships, the specific airship craft that we have. And we use that to bolster the main attack force. We'll give it maybe like 3 additional airships, and we'll spawn all the airships in first. Because the pack cannon should be the least vulnerable to interception from the defenses on the fortress. They should be the most effective base cracker we have at the moment, apart from the swords, and they have some teething issues at the moment. Not that the Grey Talons missiles didn't seem to have the same problem. They were quite a scary concept, and then didn't actually manage to land that many of them, I did notice.
Listening.
That was the other thing I was going to do. I was going to retrofit some of these gatherers into refineries.
Listening.
Can it actually do that on its own? If not, maybe it won't. No, it can't. I see, that might be it's a slight issue. I'll get some repair bots so that one can finish it at least. Yeah, that might be a problem. Next time we'll start with the refineries in our campaign anyway, so... Yeah, quite a lot of them are quite full on materials, so... We're not actually short materials if we need them, but we will have to send ships to actually scoop them all up and bring them where we need them. Yeah, the Grey Talons are, unfortunately, and I don't think there's anything we can do about this, they're going to get a bit of breathing room here. We don't have a way to quickly finish them off at this point. Well, we could, but I'd like to make the actual fight itself a bit quicker because of how long they've been taking, which has been kind of a while. I didn't want to do a, 4th episode at this point. Just of fighting a Raven's Nest. I wanted at least to get some other stuff done, and we might as well grab some territory while we're here.
Moving out. Receiving.
So you can split off.
Listening.
You can come up to Nagasa's scrap, or NASA scrap grounds, and start capturing. Or start building a new refinery. Space transport. You can go over to the refinery and refill it.
Listening.
Right.
Listening.
Refinery should be, yeah, basically full. Let's get a airship under construction. So maybe build 3 of these to bolster the numbers. Oh, we haven't given it a full name. That's why it hasn't got a That's why it hasn't got a designation. We never gave it one. We never officially introduced it to the fleet. I don't know why. It's clearly proven itself at this point. Maybe the Lance. Seems like a good name. It's got that big, powerful particle cannon. It's all forward-facing guns. Still love watching them come together. They've got a lot of... We probably won't need to time-lapse this one. It's not an enormous craft. It's not the most durable thing in the world, but it is designed to be flown with escorts, so that's something I've noticed. A lot of our ships don't necessarily stand out the best on their own, but in a mixed fleet like they're supposed to be used in, do actually quite well. I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, good old teamwork. And the last little part. There we go. That's one. How much do these cost? Actually, I never even checked. Oh, let's also give them the proper name. We still haven't painted them, but we can give them a little bit of paint now. Why not? A little bit of war paint. Maybe do like a blue stripe. Big blue stripe down the side. It's a bit basic, but we'll say lore-wise these things were like rushed into production a little bit. We needed an airship, which I think they were technically a little bit. So they're not quite as fit. They're a little like rough and readier around the edges than some of the rest of our craft. So I'll give them a bit of a nice blue stripe. Maybe a little bit of yellow detailing as well. And now here. Oh, and that was another thing I wanted to ask you guys, you wonderful folks of YouTube. What would you like to see next? Like I said, considering doing a bit more from the depths, at some point at least, certainly. I'd like to maybe do a tank campaign, but is there anything you'd like to see on the channel? Like any games you'd like to see me play that are perhaps similar, or was just seeing from the depths at all good? Like, I know you guys have said, oh, there's not that many good creators out there, so for those people in particular, thanks for considering me good at this game, apparently, or at least creating good content. But yeah, if there's anything you guys would like to see particularly, along a similar theme, or completely different, or just more of the same, let me know. The channel's partly here so I can show off the things I've been making, like my new games, but it's also partly here for you guys, of course, because you're the ones who are actually, you know, coming to see me and coming to watch the stuff that I make. I do appreciate that people seem to have been genuinely enjoying it. I guess we have the yellow stripe all the way along the bottom now. We started, so we'll finish. Maybe not on the main gun. Okay. Well, it doesn't look great, but we'll stick with that for now. Like I say, a bit of a rapid paint. So this will be the 017 Lance Air. We've got to build 2 more of these. Oh, they're 200,000? Really? What? Well, they really are 230,000. Wow, these things do not cost much. I thought they were more expensive than that, not gonna lie. The other two quite quickly then. I apparently have no idea what these ships actually cost. It's even helping build the other one. Look at that. Moral support. And literal logistical construction support. What we'll also do is we'll split them off, we'll give them their order to move, and then we'll save them again to make sure the game gets the right speed. Because obviously, the way the game actually measured the top speed of craft is can be a little bit weird. Maybe we should reinforce that at some point as well, because at the moment they're... Oh no, we did reinforce the comms underneath the guns, yeah, as I say. The guns are a little bit vulnerable to damage, but I think that's just because their actual mount is quite large.
Listening.
A perfect name for you fellas.
Listening.
The Dragoons. Bunch of Lancers. Right. Up you guys go.
Moving out.
How fast are you guys moving? We save this one that seems to be moving at about full speed. And they're moving slow because they're still forming up, is that right?
Listening. Listening.
hang on a minute.
Listening. Moving out. Listening. Moving out. Listening. Moving out. Listening.
Let's actually get their formation right. So definitely not facing the right way at the moment.
Moving out. Moving out.
It's all
Listening.
relative. I think it's all relative to the parent craft, so...
Moving out. Listening. Moving out. Listening. Moving out.
Well, it's not really right, but okay. Now, hang on, let's spawn them back in. Hang on, that's definitely not right. Come on, they do go faster than that game. Come on. Mountain has me a little nervous, but I think we're gonna be okay. No, pull out. It's gonna hit the mountain. Okay, whatever. 41. Don't smash into a mountain and explode.
Receiving.
Right.
Moving now.
Let's meet here because I believe that's underneath where they're going to be.
Moving out. Receiving.
Take the first mixed fleet a little while to get there. Oh,
Moving
that
out.
flytrap has been in
Listening.
slightly the wrong place and has not been capturing.
Moving out.
Moving now.
Listening.
Right, yeah, in the refinery.
Moving out.
You should be actually on top of that. There we go. Make sure at least actually gathering. Right. For you, you're actually gathering? Yeah. It's all quiet though for the moment. The Grey Talons are probably still reeling from their losses, which are pretty drastic at this point. Oh wait, yeah, you guys are going to the wrong place now, aren't you?
Moving out.
I'm going to meet up with the main fleet.
Moving out.
The death stack approaches. You're right, yeah, it's also loaded the... And the mixed fleet is not there yet. Once the mixed fleet arrives, we'll have them build a fresh radar balloon. Actually, where's the space transport? We could bring that over, couldn't we?
Listening. Listening.
Yeah, take all the material out of the space transport. That's fine. Right, space transport, you're going to come and recon. Got the fastest ship we have nearby. I might even send it back to gather resources and bring some to the front. Yes, it does also have radar equipment, so even though it's transport, it does make a good scout. So last fortress, I believe, is there. I don't think they're going to be able to build anything much at the moment. I think we've got them on the ropes, basically, here. Everyone's in place.
Listening.
I think we want to wait for them to capture this spot, because then we'll be able to self-repair. We wait there. We are burning some resources while they're sat there, but... Actually, are they? Or are they just running off energy? They might just be running off energy at the moment.
Listening.
So fleet to
Moving out.
there.
Receiving.
Next fleet to the middle.
Moving now. Listening.
Dragoons to there.
Moving out.
No, there.
Moving out.
Oh, where's this? Oh, they got a little something left. Oh, what do you know? Peering out of the gloom. A single fly trap comes under attack. The fly trap, for those who have not seen, is a single little helicopter with some missile launchers, which will hopefully actually land their hits. Because even though fly trap is not a very resilient craft, these are EMP missiles and might potentially do some damage here. Did we get away? How did we get away with so little damage? Just fire as quickly as possible. You're not going to get long to live if you don't. Alright, some slightly odd rounds here. Maybe this is an older fly trap. It's actually going to beat something in a straight one-on-one fight. This thing costs nothing. 55,000? Okay, it's not quite nothing, but even still. Oh, it's running out of resources. It doesn't even have enough resources to reload properly. It's fine, just fire what you've got. Ooh, that thing's got a lamp system on board. Monsoon was damaged, certainly, because it's listing like crazy. It is trying to correct that list, it's just not managing it. Can I add more ammo barrels mid-fight? So that's what it's complaining about. I can, apparently. Why not? We'll save the save that as a fly trap. 1.1 or 1.1. Which apparently we can't do a decimal point. Slightly better. Slightly better ammunition. Oh, it's interceptor missiles. It's not a LAM system. It's launching countermeasures. Launching like C-rams. It must have done something bad to it, though, because this thing's just flying in circles. And a tiny little crummy attack helicopter was able to actually chase it. I'm assuming it's going to actually fire at some point. No? Oh shoot, do fire. It's starting to shoot back at you. Hey, we got it. Oh, certain little helicopter pilot just thought a bit of a duel there and amazingly won it, which I did not think he was going to.
Listening.
Defend here. Oh yeah, it's actually our territory now. Well earned, little fella.
out.
But for now, you can go over to there. That repair awesomeness has arrived where a new refinery is going in. Bit of a construction episode this one, but we will end on the big battle. Hopefully, for about the 5th time now, actually defeat the Grey Talons. At least think I've defeated them, and then found out they've got another Raven's Nest hiding away somewhere. Should be okay. This should even be a bit quicker because we've got the firepower. Oh, right. I never finished putting orders in, did I?
Receiving. Moving now. Listening. Moving out. Listening.
Not that it takes them long to move into formation anyway, but... yeah, we are going to capture this first, because like I say, I think we need to be nearby to do certain things, like repairing during the fight. We absolutely do need our self-repair systems working right.
Listening. Receiving.
Expensive, but I'm going to give them a bunch of commodities.
Listening.
You should be...
Listening. Receiving.
you guys all need to be trying to keep full. Right,
Listening.
let's go in.
Moving out. Listening.
Sky
Moving
Rays.
Receiving.
Mixed fleet.
Moving now.
It'll be the mixed fleet and dragoons spawning
out.
first this time.
Receiving. Moving now.
Then maybe the second main fleet, and then the Sky Rays. Spawn the bullet patrol craft in. Sorry, Grey Talons, but I'm bringing everything to this fight. Hey, that's about right, actually. Right, so the Lancers come from 3 different angles. Oh, that means too much against these guys, because you can't really out-angle them. The hatchets will try and come in quite close if they can. The prototype airships will come behind them. Yeah, no, that'll be okay, actually. And then begin the fight. Now, I don't know whether they'll just be fighting the Alchemist Lair first anyway, like we normally do. It always seems to be the thing that spawns in first. Oh wait, we're still aboard the fly trap, aren't we? We need to be aboard. Why not? We'll be aboard one of the hatchets. We might suddenly die mid-battle. Yeah, okay, so the... Oh, getting multiple pack cannon firings. Already done 202,000 damage, which makes me think some of those hit. Ooh, what happened there? That was weird. You guys saw that jump, right? Oh well, either way. We're getting a lot of flak. Literally. Most of those rounds hitting at our flak rounds. Not that I think they need to be against a target that size, but... I do love some of the details on this, like that observatory tab, but... we gotta kill it! This is like the 5th one of these so far, so... So yeah, pack cannon should be firing a second volley any minute. And they are. That's the sort of blue stabs of light. There's no real defending against those, beyond redundancy and design. What have we got loaded in? We've got all 5 airships and 2 hatchets. That's pretty good. That's about what we wanted, actually. The idea was hopefully this will end the fight a bit quicker, but I actually don't know. What we've not got this time. What we've not got so much of this fleet is the missiles. In fact, I don't think we have any of them. Whether they were making a big difference or not, I don't know. But this time we've got a lot more shells. And particle cannons, of course. Okay, we killed that. Wasn't too bad then. The Raven's Nest will load in very shortly. Very serene at a distance, these battles. Like what should be going on. Although, is it just the sounds? I guess the sounds just being reduced a bit. The game does adjust the sound depending on what's happening, but maybe it's because a lot of our guns are quite low gauge. It's just not making any beefy sounds because we're just not firing tremendously huge weaponry. We're just firing a lot of it. And yeah, 350mm guns on the airships. They're not tiny, or even that small, really. Even the hatchets are firing what, quad 225mm or something. Okay, and Raven's Nest is about to spawn. Yep, there it goes. There goes the frame rate for a moment. Right. Target, please.
Now.
Ooh, there's missiles. Ah, Skyri's loaded. On its own, it's not going to get many missiles through, but... it's potentially where we get to find out how much, how many shells this thing's LAM system can block, but... Ours is trying to shoot down their decoys. It's probably not ideal at the moment, really, but oh well. There's damage reported, it's just hard to tell exactly how much, because I can't see any of the shells, just the explosions from them. There's one coming in. Some of them look to be exploding against the city's shield network, but it's kind of hard to say. Oh, the hatchet's not doing great. Definitely fair to say that is taking hits. And not good ones either. one missile through, but we know these things take a lot more than one to kill. Airships are reporting minimal damage so far, but they are taking missile hits. Yeah, not so sure at the moment how much damage we're doing. I think it might be that the Sky Ray's guns are better against this thing. I think someone called them Sky Wraith in the comments, which is, while it's not their name, it's totally an awesome name for a ship I should use at some point. Maybe like an upgraded form. I do like that as a name. I think we're getting a lot of near explosions. Well, that could be the flak rounds, but again, we've got 5 streams of flak rounds coming in. The other thing that could potentially be an issue, and I'm not sure on this, is whether the I don't think it would be the case. And I'm going to check the options for what we've got set for this. It's potentially that those rapid fire guns are hitting the shell limit. Oh, that was yeah, campaign difficulty, damage difficulty, enemy growth factor, resources given from enemies. That's maybe lower. Okay. Combat was reasonably high, yeah. Big misc. Oh. Oh, that was on tiny. Okay. Yeah, I'd happily have those on maximum. Okay, that's... Oh. Actually, I probably want to be immortal in designer. Yeah, wow, okay. I did not, I'm going to save him. Misc. Wow, yeah, okay, so hopefully we're not hitting that issue, but it might be that some of our own shots are being deleted. I mean, it said restart required, but I've seen more shots in general now, whether it's just had time to load the ones that are in the air. By the way, yeah, I'm happy to have shot limit cranked all the way up, as long as performance doesn't take too bad a hit. If it's really bad in the next episode, I'll maybe have to cut it back, but... Ships are still reporting okay. One's taking damage. That's it. My one's badly damaged, but it's still firing.
Receiving. Listening.
Skyro, which is the worst damaged airship? Is it you?
Listening.
96. No damage. No damage. Yeah, it's this one that's taking them, throwing the missiles in that I can see. Yeah, I think the brief moment pause does really help the performance, strangely enough. If it just allowed it to calculate a load of stuff that had piled up, whether the game has like a... So there's a little bit of gaming knowledge for you guys, as someone who develops games. A lot of games will have what's called effectively a garbage heap. So as the engines do stuff, they'll build up like bits of data or like tasks where they're like, this is not critical to do immediately, but I need to do it at some point. And then occasionally they'll have to like actually run it, and that can sometimes cause little lag spikes depending on how well the game's programmed and what it's doing. There's ways around it. There's ways to optimize things, like for example with the projectiles, and this might be why it needs a reload. You can basically tell the game, oh, I have this, for example in this case, projectile object. Preemptively spawn me like an array of like 5,000 of them, but like don't actually load what the projectile is. And then as the fight goes on, rather than, for example, destroying the object in the game engine's eyes, because that's one thing that does trigger the garbage collection, just like overwrite it with a blank projectile or whatever, or like a non-existent projectile, then load them in as you need them. So I wonder if potentially, as pausing there, allowed the garbage collector to go, oh, there's like 100, I don't know, say there's like 50,000 dead blocks that I can now like properly account for and work out whatever it is I'm doing with them, and then clear the space, and then it's free to do more stuff. That is a bit of a guess, but I would be at all surprised that there is a lot of optimization tricks going on because there's so many blocks that have to be registered as destroyed or whatever. We've got at least 2 particle cannons still firing, that's good. One sky ray in the air doing damage. There's another one. That's 3 particle cannons working. I think that one is. That one might be knocked out. It's definitely shells impacting. I couldn't tell you what they're doing. I think that was one of the larger ones. Because they have that constant stream of flak, it's a bit hard to tell when the larger shells impact, because while they are bigger, they're not huge still. Another missile volley. Come on, bring it down. It must be nearly dead at this point. It's so close, guys. Come on. Actually, okay, maybe not quite as close as I thought, but the guns are going down. Self-repair system's certainly working. Most of them are keeping at fairly good strength. Hatchets have been damaged, but they don't seem to be taking any more damage particularly. There's another particle round. Looks great. Not sure how much damage it's actually doing. It's a bit hard to tell. They decided to fire on the lower parts of the city at the moment anyway. Probably good. There are some important components down there. I know, like, the armor of the Raven's Nest can clearly withstand quite a lot of punishment, but it's gotta suck being one of the defenders inside that, right? Because it's just this constant hammering of explosive rounds on the side as your armor, like, literally gradually gets stripped away. Especially the noise must be awful. Yeah, you wouldn't want to be aboard that thing, I think, during this fight, even if you were confident you could win, although why you would be after, like, 4 more of these things have been destroyed in other battles recently, and even sending nukes didn't stop the attackers. Whether we provoked that by launching our blades at them, I suppose. But then again, considering they even had a name for it as the Scorched Nita Protocol, Nita being the planet we're on, I'm maybe not too surprised. Or maybe don't think we've really started that one particularly. Provoked them to use it, sure. Actually came up with it, no. Well, of course, to come up with it, no. Still, I do worry a little bit, because later on we're going to have to fight something that is probably going to be as durable, not more so. I'm pretty sure can warp, and will be firing back at us a lot harder in the form of the Scarlet Dawn, so that is going to be interesting. I don't know whether we currently have a fleet capable of taking that down, or whether it will be able to just defeat anything we throw at it, basically, regardless of numbers. That is going to be interesting to see when we get to that point. So the game is slowing down at the moment. If I pause for a moment, does that let it pause for a few seconds? Da-da-da. Zoom. No, it's still running kind of slow. Oh, kind of caught up a bit. Oh yeah. To further fuel my theory. Ooh. Is it out of guns? There's still some missiles on it, but I think their defenses might be pretty much down at this point. They're starting to look like they're taking the hits much more directly. That flak may not do a huge amount of damage per hit, but there is a lot of it and it's constant. Look at that. What will be stationed inside that gun turret? Yeah, while they were designed to be able to pack more punch weapon-wise, I'm not entirely convinced that the airships' particle cannons are quite there yet. I think at the moment the Sky Rays do more damage, or at least you can knock things out quicker. Oh, there's 2 of them up now. Oh, right, yeah, we're knocking their block count down. Yeah, we've got 2 Sky Rays up now, so speaking of... Here comes another volley. Fresh and damaged ship that is not running out of ammo. Could be a lot of fail-safe warnings, but it's kind of expected. Got 2 of the airships repairing each other now. I think one of them has drifted close to the damaged one. Actually repairing it, that's all good to see. Teamwork makes the dream work, as they say. Doesn't help the particle cannons hit though, apparently. That one was a good strike. Ah, yeah, there's damage happening to the lower section now. That's good. That's all full of laser defences. Yeah, it has been knocked open at some point. Ah, look, steam boiler. Steam boiler's been broken, I think. They probably lost power. That's probably what's doing it. That's why they're taking hits directly now. Yeah, it's only a matter of time now. Grey Talons have been our mightiest foe, I think it's safe to say, but at least at the moment, but probably not for much longer. Yeah, stubbornness is impressive, if nothing else. But in fact, I've also got like probably over an hour of just trying to squash these fortresses of footage now. Oh dear, they are very durable. But props to the base designer for these. These things are tough. Or our weapons are quite feeble and we need to do some more development. But hey, who knows? Might need to do some more stuff with kinetic guns. It might be a good idea to do that if we do a potential tank campaign, which is something I'm considering quite a bit at the moment. You can see the land-based campaign. But as I've said in the previous episode, if you guys have any suggestions, either for games you want me to play or things you'd like me to do with From the Depths, genuinely do suggest them. I'm happy to listen. I believe someone mentioned at one point as well about showing off some of their ships as well. Feel free to still post those, whatever your name was. I can't remember off the top of my head, but if you want to, I'm still happy for you to send those in to me. I'll give them a look, see what you've made. Maybe do a bit of a test run against their own ships. Yeah, it's definitely getting cut into its more critical systems there. I'm pretty sure their reactor is down at this point, or their engines, but they're still holding in there just because the sheer amount of armor in this thing. What's the block count on? 15,000. Yeah, it's going to be going down soon. Ooh, triple blast from the particle cannons. Nice synchronized shooting. And missiles into the open wounds. And out the other side again, in the case of those ones. That's a fail to actually connect with anything. $13,000. Oh, I think it's decreasing now. I think we've killed it. I think that was a brief glimpse of a message saying it was AI dead. Not AI dead, but health under 80% or whatever. Yeah, 2 damaged. That's the one. Can't fight back. It's clearly just being pummeled constantly. So we literally ran out of ammunition almost. I won't say anything about this finally being them destroyed, just in case they've still got another one. I really might just do that off screen if they've got another one of these things, because my god. Like, just go already. We're done. You're not even building new ships at this point. Just disappear. Nice, good volley. Yeah, it's definitely dying. It's just taking its sweet old time. There's so many blocks in this thing. You guys can save the ammunition at this point. I think you've done it already, technically. It's all over but the explosions at this point, guys. Come on. Battle finished. Ah, finally. Right. In the tribes of the Grey Talons, war is almost a hobby. For millennia, the tribes have warred with each other with no victor staying on top for long. When one tribe fell, 2 more sprang back in its place. Only on rare occasions did the tribes unite against the foe as they have done so against you. For you, cutting off one head was not enough. You have insisted on cutting them all off. Every tribe, every leader, all of them are now fallen to your prowess. The people of the Grey Talons now scatter to the winds in your domination. Ending their wars could be seen as an act of heroism to protect collateral threats against the nearby nations. Others would say it's an act of genocide as their spectacles are brought to extinction. Regardless of the thoughts, this has been your path to peace, and more war must be removed if peace is to reign. Well, yeah, my place is fractured as neater. I can kind of see the logic there. Right.
Listening. Moving out.
We've got to very quickly set to capturing, because we absolutely do not want the Scarlet Dawn gaining any more ground than we can avoid them having. Avoid letting them have.
Listening.
Or than we have to let them have, even. That's the combination of words I'm looking for.
Moving out.
And we're going to call that there. We've finally got the Grey Talons. God, that took a bit of effort. Hopefully you've all enjoyed, and I'll catch you all again next time. Goodbye.